Hello Pally, I'm Anushka Sharma. Today is Thursday, January 25th, and InFocus starts right now. A student member of the bell schedule committee discusses some progress in finding a new bell schedule. A volcano rocks the Philippines, causing a massive evacuations, and Pally jugglers and some world-famous pros will be showing off their skills. We will talk to Mr. Hall about the upcoming Game of Thrones event. All that and more coming up in today's episode. Spring sports are starting soon. Paul Theis on campus with more. Paul?
Thanks, Anushka. Spring sports are starting soon. If you are interested in participating in a spring sports team, be sure to turn in your physical evaluation. So, Elida, what spring sports will you be trying?
I might be doing softball this year.
And why is that?
Because I haven't tried that sport yet and I just want to see how it goes.
That's a good reason. If you feel that way too, be sure to turn in your physical evaluation that has been notarized in the last year to the athletic training room after school either today or tomorrow to receive your ticket to play. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, McKenna. On Tuesday, while we enjoyed the winter rally, the Innovative Bell Schedule Committee was hard at work during the all-day retreat. The committee chose a preferred template for next year's bell schedule, although 100% consensus by committee members in future meetings is required for the bell schedule to be used. One of the committee outreach representatives from the committee, David Foster, met with the student press yesterday to explain.
So yesterday, on Tuesday, we had an all-day retreat. It's our third to last meeting, where we decided on a schedule type. That's kind of the foundation for the schedule. The schedule type is schedule type 3. That is effectively odd days, then even days, then odd days, then even days, over and over. It cuts out the season.
Some concern regarding the schedule has come up, but Foster stresses that the current form of the schedule is still for debate and changes.
It has things like tutorial and advisory after lunch. That's just for the purpose of creating something that looks like a schedule. That will move around, maybe late starts, things like that. Those are all going to be decided in 2 weeks. So all period length, all that is up in the air and for discussion. And even this schedule type, if we don't get consensus, then that's back up in the air.
If you would like to see the proposed schedule, it can be found at the URL on the screen. Now let's see what's going on around campus in today's campus bulletin. Next week, during Flex, the WYCA is sharing a workshop on the realities of sexual assault, harassment, and bullying while promoting healthy communication skills and bystander intervention. Permission slips to attend the workshops are available in the Wellness Center. This Friday during lunch in room 854, the YAF Club will be hosting Jeremy Carl from the Hoover Institution at Stanford. Carl will be speaking about being a conservative minority in a liberal environment. The speech is this Friday during lunch in room 854. On Tuesday during halftime of the winter rally, it was revealed through popping balloons that the location for this year's prom is San Francisco's historic City Hall building. Pricing and the date of this annual event will be released soon. YCS Interact is holding a meeting today during lunch in room 215. There will be food and a service project where you can earn 25 minutes of community service. Gunn High School will be hosting the 7th annual Summer Opportunities Fair at the Gunn Library this Wednesday, January 31st at 7 p.m. to introduce students and their parents to the various types of summer opportunities available around the world from about 20 programs both locally and nationally. Moving on now to what's going on around campus to what's happening in the world today, topping today's headlines. YouTube star Logan Paul has returned to YouTube with a 7-minute video he made showing him meeting with activists and a suicide survivor. Paul received severe backlash from the public after posting a video that showed the body of an apparent suicide victim in Japan. He also stated in this video that he is pledging $1 million to suicide prevention groups. So far, the video has received positive responses online. Tragic events unfolded in Benton, Kentucky on Tuesday when a gunman walked into Marshall County High School, shooting and killing 2 students and injuring 14 others. The shooter was a 15-year-old male who went to Marshall County High School and was arrested on scene. Members of the community held prayer circles and vigils for victims and their families yesterday at the high school. Prosecutors of the case said that they will intend to charge the suspect as an adult, and he will appear in court today. The Mayon volcano in the Philippines has caused nearly 60,000 villagers to evacuate their homes and seek shelter as the volcano has continued to erupt since Tuesday. According to the Philippine Institute of Volcanology, the lava fountains spurting out of the volcano are reaching heights close to 2,000 feet. They have advised the public to get away from any area closer than 5 miles from the volcano. Abby Black is in the studio with all the latest sports news. What do you have for us today, Abby?
There's a lot to report on today, Anushka. Everything from soccer to basketball. And since I know you love to dance, there's even a little of that. Yesterday, boys varsity basketball and girls and boys soccer took on Mountain View. Let's start with the boys varsity basketball team, who took down Mountain View with a score of 74-32. Boys varsity soccer also racked up a big W by beating Mountain View 2-0. Things didn't go as well for boys JV soccer team, who was shut out 0-2. Girls varsity soccer was able to get a win though by beating Mountain View on the pitch in a nail-biter with a final score of 2-1. JV girls soccer also took down Mountain View by beating them 2-0. Way to go, Vikes! Finally, the Pali dance team is getting ready for their first competition of the season this Saturday the 27th at Fort Dance Competition. The competition will be held at Homestead High School from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and the teams will be competing 3 dances. Any student interested in playing softball this spring should head down to room 708 during lunch today for some important information regarding tryouts. Back to you, Anushka.
Thanks, Abby. Now let's take a look at what events shaped this day in history. On this day in 1888, a group of 33 men who ranged from explorer to cartographer gathered in Washington, D.C. to create the National Geographic Society for the increase and diffusion of geographical knowledge. At a time when most of America was fascinated in the discoveries of the world, philanthropist Gardner Greene Hubbard was elected as president of the society. The organization still exists today with millions of worldwide magazine subscriptions, TV broadcasts, websites, journals, and books telling everybody about the world that they live in. The art of juggling has been around for ages, and Pali's Juggling Club, along with the help of master juggler, Japanese teacher, ASB advisor, and all-around cool guy, Mr. Hall, to talk about this weekend's juggling festival, Game of Throws, in today's Campus Zoom.
Thanks, Anushka. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr.
My
Hall.
pleasure. Thank you.
So you're going to talk a little bit about Game of Throws. What is your inspiration for this event?
My inspiration for this event are all the different festivals I've been to around the world in the last 15, 20 years. I wanted to bring one to Pali, but I had to wait a couple years while the pack was built and then the gym was built.
Yeah.
And finally, I've been waiting for about 7 years, and here we are. It starts tomorrow.
Wonderful. I'm very excited. And who all is coming out to perform for the show?
First and foremost, we have America's Got Talent, 2-time finalists, the only people who have been in the finals twice, the Passing Zone, John Wee and Owen Morse. These are the world famous jugglers. They're probably the highest paid, most famous jugglers on the planet. They performed for 3 different presidents. They've been on America's Got Talent. They're going to close our show on Saturday night.
That's so exciting. I'm so glad you got them. That's really cool. And what are you most excited about for the show?
The show features the best in the world at pretty much any prop. Balls, clubs, Chinese yo-yo, fire. It's going to be amazing.
That's really cool. It sounds very amazing.
I asked a lot of my friends in the industry to come, and they're coming to do the show for free. And it's going to be a great show.
That you have those wonderful connections.
Absolutely.
So what else are you excited about?
I'm also excited about just the event. We're going to be there tomorrow night until midnight in the small gym. We got a fire jam. We got a juggling battle. Think breakdancing, but with juggling.
Yeah.
Saturday, we've got workshops all day, and then the show. And then Sunday, we've got the games and the drawing for free. You can win free prizes and free props.
Very exciting. So you are a great juggler. Mr. Hall
well.
is going to teach me how to juggle on air right now. So, okay.
Here, let's cut over
We
here.
went over the routine.
Let's team up on this.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Woo. And one more. Hey!
Okay, that was awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Hall.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
It's awesome having you. Back to you, Anushka.
Welcome back. Now it's time to get another piece of the puzzle as we see if we can figure out who this week's Guess Who staff member is. Today's clue is that he totaled 5 cars by the age of 18. Do you know who it is? Well, that does it for us today. Remember, you can get the latest news from InFocus anytime, anywhere by tweeting us at at InFocus News. Until next time, have a great day, Polly.